Sena's well known in the industry for a great engineering shop and delivering some fantastic solutions to our customers. But we're more than just that. Over the years we've built up a huge knowledge base around what's practical in terms of IDM programs, and we're able to apply that back to our customers in such a way that allows them to look not just at the tactical solutions they're implementing, but much further into the future. So with literally hundreds of implementations, we've built up that huge knowledge base that we can then replay to our customers. And we're seeing increasing demand for that as they're looking beyond the immediate future. The advisory practice that Sena provides offers a broad range of services. We can start from a greenfield site where an organisation is fairly new to identity access management and set up a structured program to say, here's what you need to achieve in the first year to 2-3 years. Or we can come midway through or even at the end of a program to advise on course corrections, look at current state, see what's going well, see where there needs to be some course correction along the way, and help the customer develop a roadmap to get them to where they need to be, both in terms of architecture, process maturity, and general governance around how that program's run. Sena provide two other, what we think are very key services for our customers. We've developed a training program for people both organisationally wide to understand as an end user what your responsibilities are, and also perhaps more importantly the people who are running the IDM program and their day jobs. What do they need to do? What are the things they really need to bear in mind as they're administering this function, as they're helping the organisation manage risk and in fact avoid risk? For example, when customers have audits, we need to make sure they're very well prepared, whether that's from an internal audit, an external audit, or even some regulatory scrutiny they may be under. And the reason we're able to do this is that we have many people who've actually been in that role themselves, either as auditors or the recipients of auditors. And so we're able to bring that perspective to our customer base to make sure they're well prepared for the forthcoming audits. Many of our customers find building a business case to justify IDM spend very difficult. So one of the things that we're able to help with is helping them build that business case. And we do this in several ways. First of all, we need to understand what the key business drivers are for the organisation. Is it regulatory pressure? Is it audit pressure? Is there a true business driver where they're trying to build a customer base and the access and identity management initiatives underway are a bit of a barrier there? Is there some cost pressure that the organisation's under? So we're able to explore those sorts of areas in various levels of detail. We can do a quick review to help the customer build up that high-level business case, or we can do a very detailed review that will flush out where the true costs are, which are often hidden in many organisations. And so we're able to turn that into a much clearer, crisper business case that will help the customer in the end build that justification. We find that many customers, regardless of the level of maturity they've reached, need to take stock on occasion. So whether they're starting out and want to know what program they need to pursue, or whether they're midway through a program, or even at the end, they need to then reassess and get that independent perspective to say, have they achieved what they set out to achieve? Where are the gaps that they still haven't perhaps managed, and what do they need to do in future? So a typical assessment would be taking stock of their current state, developing a blueprint for the future in terms of whether it's architecture or process, understanding where the gaps are between the current and future state, and then building out a fairly detailed roadmap and making sure they can get there in a fairly pragmatic sort of way. As part of that, we also then give them an indication of costs, and again that can be at a high level or a level of granularity depending upon the need for the customer. So we can look at through there to say, current state, future state, look at the gaps, build up a roadmap, and make sure that it's very clear for the customer to be able to take that to the business and sell it. Before joining Sena, I was a customer myself, as were many of my colleagues here. So we've been in the situation where we're under pressure, whether it's from auditors or regulators, or your boss beating down the door, asking for cost savings or efficiencies. So we understand the pressures that many of our customers are under, and whilst we can't take away their accountability, we can certainly help them navigate the path. I think perhaps the biggest value our practice can add to a customer is to give them perspective. Many of our customers are often left wondering where the end of this journey is. They've spent a lot of money, they've spent a lot of time and effort and trying to achieve some things, but don't necessarily know where the end of the tunnel is. So one of the kicks I get out of it is to help them realise that where they've had some considerable success and where there's a few areas they need to improve on. And regardless of whether they're large or small, all companies need some independent perspective and help. And that's where we can help.